Hey, this time for this extra video. Zach Evans speaks, Kentrell Bullock speaks, Miles Battle speaks. We talk about the press conferences just after this. This is the press conference highlights.
You are Locked On Ole Miss, your daily podcast on the Ole Miss Rebels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, welcome to the extra video. I'm your host, Stephen Willis. It's the Locked On Ole Miss channel, and thanks for making the Locked On Ole Miss podcast your first listen every day. We're free and available on all platforms, including YouTube. So do us a favor on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications whenever we release new videos, which happens quite frequently, and of course, upvote the video itself. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much for that. Zach Evans, Miles Battle, and Kentrell Bullock met the media today. In conclusion of today's practice, I'm wearing my Expos hat because it's opening day, and also I do want to apologize for the background noise. I called a plumber to fix an irrigation system, and he hooked up a pipe to basically what was disconnected pipes when I had my house repiped, so it flooded most of my house. So they're drying all of that out because it's a little bit of a mess. But I wanted to bring this video to you in any case. So let's hear from Zach Evans, Miles Battle, and of course Kentrell Bullock.
So with us, the competition is just outstanding. We got I think it's 5 of us: me, Kentrell, Ulysses, Matt Jones, and Bubbo Miller. So the competition we do is just be in the drills, learning the plays, doing extra at the practice, film session, all that.
Yeah, playing corner, I feel like I've found my new home at corner, and just started growing at that position. And he was looking at me at corner, so yeah, that just solidified it even more.
It's a little, I can say like it's real competitive because all the new backs we got and the ones that came back, like everybody got a different skill, and like that's what brings the juice to our room, because everybody got a different skill set, maybe even the same, and like it's competitive. Like you never get to have a break, basically. Like, so you always got to compete every day.
In a way, actually, it's about going through recruitment again. So when you hit the portal, I think the school got 24 to 48 hours to hold it. But after that, you're free to go. When you hit it, you still gonna be, in classes and stuff, but you just really gotta kind of already have it around your head where you want to go, because the portal, it happened fast. Everything happened fast.
Just the fundamentals, watching myself on film, I feel more comfortable, and I think I look more comfortable at the position, whereas before it was still kind of new to me, but I feel like it's more natural to me now.
I feel like we all kind of got like the same skill sets, but I feel like that the competition that Zach and Bentley bring, like, it makes me go up even more, and when I go up, they go up even more too. So like they just bring me juice, I bring them juice, and like we all just bring each other juice.
So a couple years ago, this is funny. I had a cousin that went here, Devon Penniman. He was a running back here. He got hurt against A&M, so I was always coming to his games. We're back where he frees, so that just kind of coming up here every year, going to his games. Then when Lane came in office, it was just repeated the same process. He moved to tight end last year, so I was just still coming around with Coach Nix and them.
Were you close at all on picking Ole Miss coming out of high school?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Now I've been here probably one of the longest out of the secondary, so it's just stepping into that leadership role and being more confident in myself and what I see on the field, so I can make checks, make calls before that happens on the field.
I mean, it was good. Like, some days it was hard, but it was good. Like, I got to watch those guys and like learn even more. Like, sitting back, just learn even more protection, how they do things when they get in the game, just the routine of just being in the rotation of the 3 running backs. Like, it showed me a lot, taught me a lot.
Nah, that was in my head. SEC was where I wanted to go. Now, my top 2 coming into it was probably A&M and Ole Miss, but I kind of knew where I really wanted to go. I ain't really just want to stay in Texas.
All right, you heard from the guys, and they told them what's going on. There was a lot of interesting things that was said, a lot of word competition in the running back room. We told you that this running backs room is honestly quite special, And their competition is going to raise everything up. Zach Evans is a monster. He's an absolute monster. He's the most talented running back that has ever signed here, period. I don't care what anybody says. Now, he's not the best running back yet that's ever signed here. Understand that. I'm not saying that. But on paper, he's the guy that would go up to number 1 on that list if you were ranking players that signed here. Just is what it is. And I look forward to seeing what he can do on the field. I think him in conjunction with Michael Trigg, and we need a slot receiver to emerge, and if that happens, we will be cooking with gas. I mean, we have the quarterback competition going on. We're not going to talk about it in this video because we're going to talk about it in tomorrow's. But, I mean, it's really good to see the running back room clicking at this level. Now, I do feel kind of bad for Kentrell Bullock. You know, he was essentially going to compete with a true freshman for the starting job when last season ended, in his mind. And then in the transfer portal, Zach Evans comes in and Ulysses Bentley the fourth. Which, now, this running back room is something special because of that. But I do feel bad for Kentrell Bullock, who last year was probably the 4th back, and this year there's a good chance he could be the 4th back, then replaced. Now, everybody is excited about Quinshon Judkins. He's having a heck of a spring practice for somebody that should be a high school senior. It's very impressive. Him and Michael Trigg are kind of the offensive standouts this spring practice from players. But we will be interested to see how the quarterback competition goes, how the running back goes, the outside wide receivers. I want to see some improvement from them. What they do is going to be very important. And if you can understand that going into this spring practice, this was the 8th spring practice. So this is 8 of 15. So there's only 6 more opportunities to get on the field before the spring game. Now, the spring game is going to be unbelievable vanilla since it's going to be recorded. It's on SEC Network and everything that we can see. It's going to be basic plays. So if you're into watching basic plays and what's going on, which I will be because I love schematic stuff, even basic stuff is good to look at and you can learn from it. If you know what you're looking at, you can learn from it. That's the reason it's so basic, because the more you do, the more that others that know what they're doing can learn from it. But even basic plays, you can learn from watching that film. That's the reason everybody records this game. And Ole Miss is recording the Mississippi State spring game, the Alabama spring game, the whole thing, because you want personnel evaluations, because there's some players that you're not necessarily going to see that just pops up your week. This will give you an idea to do a little breakdown on them, to have a little book on them. And B, you can see exactly how they want to play, because here's the catch. This is what you need to understand. If they're going to play really basic, you can tell exactly how they're going to play, because basic means the baseline. It's going to be exactly like that. So if they're running high tempo, you know they're going to be a high tempo team. They're not going to stretch it up, because you need to practice that and play that way, and you can't really erase that from your DNA. If they're running the ball all the time, if they're passing the ball all the time, you can tell if they're doing inside zone exclusively. Yeah, I mean, you can't really see anything with quarterback keepers because there's no hitting of the quarterback, but you understand what I'm talking about. You can understand the outside receivers that are really good on the double move. Now remember, this spring practice is critical for reps. Lane Kiffin making over this roster and having 4 stars and like 32 or 33 different players, I mean, Ole Miss hasn't had anything like that. So Ole Miss hasn't had a spring practice like this. And it's going to be really important for that. Now, it's like I say all the time, and I'm going to say this pretty consistently from now until Labor Day. Okay? So everybody get ready. It is one thing to be talented. It is quite another thing to be good. It is about these reps and all this competition to try and get good. They have the potential to be good. They need to get good. And if they do that, they have a chance to have a really special year. They have a chance to be a second in the West, first in the West type of year. I mean, like a really special year. Now, if they don't, be a 7-5, 8-4 season with a chance of next season being really productive. Because that's the thing that everybody needs to realize about this team. This isn't a one and done situation. This roster is built for multiple years. So this year, honestly, can be seen as a stepping stone for next year. We talk about this being the most talented team, Ole Miss team, in perhaps my lifetime. Yeah. And next year, they're all coming back. So just understand that this is kind of a dynasty run that they are setting up. Before we get out of here, I do want to tell you about BetOnline.net. It is your number one source for all your betting needs and sports information. Find all the sports developments, including this week's Masters Championships, odds, podcasts, and reviews from all the different leagues this season. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering information, including live betting, esports, and scores. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. BetOnline, where the game starts. Also, our next partner has a partner I literally use every day. I started taking athletic greens because I wanted to basically help my immune system and make it where COVID, trying to get through all that. So what is this stuff? With one delicious scoop of athletic greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food supplements, sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. That's a pretty good thing. So right now it's the time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into flu and cold season. It's just one scoop and a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/college. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/college to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Anyway, that has been the press conference highlights. I hope everybody enjoyed them. I just wanted to get that out. I apologize for the noise, what's going on. Hopefully that will go away soon. Maybe tomorrow. It won't whenever we do the post-game pod. So I'm Stephen Willis. This has been the extra video of press conference highlights, and we will see you tomorrow. Peace.